Wes shoved a box aside and dug through his garage attic looking for his old catcher's mitt. His baseball showcase was that weekend, scouts flying in to watch him pitch. "It's up here somewhere." He aimed the flashlight at the ceiling of his garage attic and 200 eyes blinked back at us. Bats, hundreds of them hanging in rows with their wings folded against the rafters. Wes grabbed my arm. "Don't move." I stepped backward onto a cardboard box and it collapsed under my foot with a crunch and the ceiling exploded. 200 bats dropped at once. The air turned into wings and teeth and screaming. I couldn't tell which screaming was mine and which was the bats. Wes grabbed a tennis racket off a shelf and swung it like he was serving at Wimbledon, connected with absolutely nothing but air. The follow-through spun him into a stack of boxes that collapsed on top of him. A Christmas tree fell on his legs. A bag of golf balls split open and bounced down the attic stairs like a cartoon. I yanked him up by the back of his shirt and he came up swinging and almost took my head off with the racket. "Those are my ears." "Sorry." A bat tangled in my hair and I slapped my own head so hard I saw stars. Wes tried to yank it out and took a chunk of my hair with it. I shoved him. He tripped over the Christmas tree again and went down for the second time in 10 seconds. Wes was swinging the racket blind with one hand and shielding his face with the other. We were both screaming words that weren't words. I tripped over a lawn chair and went down hard. A bat swooped past my face close enough to feel the wing on my cheek, but it didn't connect. "The door! Get to the door!" Wes kicked a path through the boxes. I scrambled after him on my hands and knees with bats bouncing off my back. One latched onto Wes's neck. He yelped and slapped it off. We threw ourselves through the attic door and I slammed it shut. 3 bats made it through with us. We swatted them down the stairs. One flew directly into Wes's face and he tumbled backward down the last 4 steps and landed flat on his back on the concrete garage floor. I jumped over him and landed on a skateboard. It shot across the garage. I slammed into the tool bench. A jar of screws exploded everywhere. I was on the floor covered in screws and attic dust and bat scratches. We lay on the garage floor for 10 seconds gasping at the ceiling. Wes had a bite on his neck and scratches across both arms. I was covered in attic dust and Christmas ornament glitter, but nothing had broken my skin. "So," Wes said, "we're not getting the camping gear." In 5th grade, a dog bit him and he asked the owner what the dog's name was. The funniest and most stubborn person alive. I started laughing and Wes joined in. We were on a garage floor covered in screws and ornament glitter with a Christmas tree between us. We laughed until my ribs hurt and then I spotted the bite on Wes's neck and stopped laughing, deep enough to bleed, already swelling purple. The dread hit my stomach like cold water. "We need to go to the ER right now." "For a scratch?" "Your neck, Wes. That's not a scratch. That's a deep bite. Bats carry rabies. Rabies is fatal, as in you die." "I'm not going to the ER. I was in the same attic and I didn't get bit." "You got bit twice. That's not nothing." "I'm not going to the ER for a bat bite. Rabies is literally 100% fatal. You don't have rabies. Neither do you if we go to the ER right now." He stood up and brushed himself off. He pulled the bat off the tennis racket strings where it was still tangled and tossed it into the yard. He wiped his hands on his jeans. "I'm fine. You're fine. We're fine." He wasn't fine. The bite on his neck was ugly. The skin around it was swelling purple and he kept touching it and wincing. I called Liv on the way home. "We just got attacked by 200 bats in Wes's attic." "What?" "I'm serious. They were in the ceiling. It was like a horror movie except we had a tennis racket." "Oh my God, are you okay?" "I'm fine. Wes got bit on the neck and he won't go to the ER. He should probably go to the ER." "That's what I said. I would come help you drag him, but I've been in bed all day. I think I'm coming down with something." "Like what?" "I don't know. Body aches. Sore throat. I feel gross. Feel better. I love you. Love you too. Make him go to the doctor." I went home and pulled up WebMD on my laptop. I typed bat bite rabies symptoms, and the first result made me shove back from my desk so hard the chair hit the wall. Near 100% fatality rate once symptoms appear. Final stage, paralysis and death. I grabbed my phone and sent Wes 7 screenshots in a row. He sent back LOL and a skull emoji. I sent an 8th. Rabies has a 99.9% fatality rate. He sent back a photo of himself in bed giving a thumbs up. The bite on his neck was purple in the photo. I slammed my laptop shut and paced my room in the dark. He called me an hour later and I could hear the TV in the background and he sounded normal. "Dude, stop Googling rabies. The website says you can be asymptomatic for weeks and then you just die. I feel fine. You don't know that. I know my own body. You felt fine before the Taco Bell incident and you ended up in the hospital for that. That was different." "How was that different?" "Because I ate 9 chalupas. This is a bat." He hung up. I pulled up the rabies page again. Once clinical symptoms appear, rabies is virtually 100% fatal. There is no treatment. I read it 3 times. Each time it said the same thing. No treatment, no cure. You get the shots or you die. I called Liv back. The rabies incubation window was closing. Every day without a shot was a day closer to the point of no return. Wes showed up at school looking rough, dark circles carved under his eyes. Same attic, same bats, same chaos, not a scratch on me. Meanwhile, his neck was swollen where the bat got him and the band-aid was peeling off. You look terrible. Thanks. The bite was angrier, darker. Rabies travels through the nervous system toward the brain. The closer the bite to the head, the faster it moves. His bite was on his neck, 4 inches from his brain. He was sweating. It was 65 degrees. Wes was sweating through his shirt. I pointed at it. He looked down. I run hot. You run normal and you're drenched. Fever. 2 of 6 rabies symptoms checked. 0 on me. Same attic. Same night. He was falling apart and I was fine. I pulled him into the stairwell. You need to see a doctor. Today. No. Wes, your neck is purple. I'm not going. Why? Because I know what I have and it's not rabies. Then what? He shoved past me and walked to class. The door slammed behind him. New plan. If Wes wouldn't go to the doctor, I was bringing the evidence to him. I drove to the county health department after school. A woman behind the counter looked up. I need a rabies test. For yourself? For a bat. My friend was bitten and he won't come in. She slid a form across the counter. If you bring us the bat, we can test it. Positive result triggers a mandatory exposure protocol. Your friend wouldn't have a choice. I drove to Wes's house. His mom's car was gone. I climbed the ladder to the garage attic alone. The smell hit first. Dust and animal and something rotten underneath. I swept the flashlight across the rafters. Droppings everywhere. A dead bat in the corner behind the Christmas tree with its wings folded in. I picked it up with a plastic bag, dropped it in a Tupperware container from the kitchen, drove it to the health department with the container on the passenger seat where Wes should have been sitting. Results take 48 hours. The showcase was in 3 days. The next morning, Wes was fine, completely normal, cracking jokes in homeroom. He stole my granola bar at lunch and ate the whole thing while maintaining eye contact. See? My swallowing is fine. That's not how you test for rabies. How do you test for rabies? You go to a doctor or you wait for the bat results. What bat results? I went back to the attic. I found a dead bat. The county is testing it right now. If it comes back positive, they can make you get the shots. His face went white. Not scared of rabies white. A different kind of white. You went back to the attic? Someone had to do something since you won't. Call them and cancel it. What? Call the health department and tell them to cancel the test. I'm not canceling the test that might save your life. He grabbed my arm across the cafeteria table. His grip was shaking. Theo, please, cancel the test. Why do you care? If you don't have rabies, the bat will test negative and it won't matter. He let go of my arm and picked up his tray and walked away without answering. Liv called me that afternoon. Can you drive me to urgent care? My cold is getting worse. I picked her up. She climbed in, coughing into her elbow. The waiting room was packed. Liv filled out forms while I bounced my knee and stared at a poster on the wall. A bat with its wings spread and the words, "Rabies is preventable" in red letters. Underneath, post-exposure prophylaxis is nearly 100% effective when administered before symptom onset. Delay can be fatal. I took a photo of the poster and texted it to Wes. He didn't respond. Liv came out 20 minutes later with a prescription. Just a sinus infection. Antibiotics. She waved the prescription bag. You okay? You look stressed. Wes is going to die because he won't go to the doctor and I can't figure out why. She put her hand on my arm. Her fingers were warm. You're a good friend, Theo. I'm a failing friend. You went back into a bad attic alone. That's not failing. I dropped her off and gripped the steering wheel in her driveway until my knuckles